Hi there, welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Judith Bazile and this is my YouTube channel. Okay, so for returning family members, I first want to say thank you so much for always showing up. Thank you for always coming through. I really do appreciate that. And if this is your first time here, thank you so much for stopping by, but please do not make it your last time. Do well to be a part of the family by hitting the subscribe button. Yes, I'll be glad to have you here. So easy, right? I know. Okay, so today I would actually be talking about a movie which is like stars on Earth. Yes, this movie is actually very long, and I think I watched it. It's a 2007 movie, but I think I watched it probably a year or some years after that. But then it's been really long. So it was actually released in the year 2007, but it was released for streaming in the year 2010. Probably that was when I got to really watch it. I really cannot remember honestly, but it's been so long. But trust me, I could rewatch that movie over and over and over again. And that is because it actually has so many lessons embedded in it, and it's very emotional. Like, that movie is a very emotional movie, and it's actually an Indian movie. I know, right? I know it's not about the love all those their wonderful love story thing. No, it is actually very far from that, although there's actually the part of love in it, although not in that light. Now, love here is actually seen from the part of a parent, from the part of teachers, you know, the role of parents and teachers in the success of a child. Okay, and here we actually got to really relate with the child character, and this child character actually made us even see children more. Okay, it is actually like an exposure on children, because it actually shines like so much light on children. Okay, because that was the main character, that is in person of Ishaan. He acted that was his character name, Ishaan. Okay, and it was actually an 8-year-old boy who could not read. So he actually had dyslexia, and dyslexia is actually the inability to read. Okay, so he was dyslexic, and it's a very big issue. It really affects one's education. Why? Because when you're not able to read, it's a big problem, because you'll not be able to, learn any other thing. And that is why the first basis of every child's education is to first learn how to identify letters, how to sound letters, how to read letters, then how to write them. It actually first starts from the reading, then how to identify them and read them, then how to then put them into writing. Okay, so then I was not even in the educational line at that point in time. I think I was probably still in school then. Yeah, I think I was actually still in school then when I got to watch this movie. So I didn't really see it even from that part of the educational side to it. Okay, but now being there, I really do understand better, because I relate more with children now, and I got to understand this from that part of being a teacher, which is actually a major role. Like, teachers are superheroes. In fact, I think we need to clap for them, like clap for us. Yes. I think teachers generally, not even here in Nigeria alone, I think generally, like on a worldwide level, are hardly really appreciated. Like, there is no much, encouragement in that line. Because I remember one time when schools, university just went on strike. There was also a news one time of lecturers in, is it Canada? I forgot the country. They also went on strike. So it was like they also had the same complaints of not being paid well or something. And I was actually surprised, because I thought this was just here in our beloved country, Nigeria. Okay. So I think worldwide, generally, teachers are really not being, appreciated as much as they ought to, because, hey, I see we teachers as lifesavers as well. Okay, just as doctors are lifesavers, but now in this case, in a different level, a different way rather, because we are dealing with children who will turn out to be leaders in one way or another. So even they might not become the president of the country, but they will definitely occupy one position. Okay, so at that point in time, while while we are with them. We literally have their destinies in our hands, like literally. So we have so much work. We do so much. We do so much. And this is actually even a call out to teachers to keep doing what they do and to even do better. Because truth is, even we teachers, on the other hand, many of us also have our own faulty sides as well. Okay, but I believe we can do better. So this movie actually shines so much light on the, growth of a child, which definitely involves both the parents, the teachers, the school. It really involves every single person around that child. Okay, now not only the teachers at this point in time, because you hear most parents say that and they're paying school fees, they're doing this, they're doing that, but that is so wrong. That is very, very wrong. So you don't say because you're sending your child to school, then you do not perform your own duties as a parent. Okay, you have your own role to play in ensuring that your child turns out to be someone very successful, someone very impactful, someone who would definitely make a change wherever he or she steps into. All right, so that's just majorly a brief rundown about the story. It's majorly just on the boy Ishaan, how he wasn't able to read, but then thanks to the art teacher, the substitute art teacher, who eventually comes in and then realizes that this boy has a problem. Okay, then he goes out of his way to make sure that that problem is actually being solved. Okay, so this is one thing that the other teachers failed to do, as well as his parents, as well as the school authorities. Okay, so there was a problem. Then they knew there was a problem, but then they refused. Will I say they refused, or I really cannot say what their reason was for not actually taking out time to ensure they get to the root of that problem, which is to first of all find the cause of the problem and then get a solution. But that was one thing that this art teacher was able to do. And this is, like I said, a call out for teachers to actually become more, let's say, dedicated in their line of duty. So don't sometimes. Okay, I think I'm actually even going ahead of myself already. So let me just take it one step after the other, okay? One step at a time. All right, so I would first of all love to just share with us the cast of the movie, like stars on earth. I think I actually even cried while watching this movie at some point. I think I did. No, really, the movie is very, very emotional. Like, if you get to watch it, you will know what I'm talking about. Please, if you have watched it, I would like to know if you actually cried or not. Did you cry? Did you not cry? Or if, for me, like, I'm strong. I don't cry for things like this. Please, sometimes it's good to cry for a movie. Okay, so the first on the list here is actually Aamir Khan. That was Ram Shankar. He actually acted as the art teacher. That was like the hero, Ishaan's hero, like literally. Okay, then we have Darsheel Safary, who actually acted Ishaan. So that was like the main character, Ishaan Awashti. Then we have Tisca Chopra, who acted the role of Ishaan's mother. So she acted as Maya Awashi. Then we have Vipin Sharma. That is, he acted the role of Nandkishore Awashti. That was actually Ishaan's father. Then we have Tanay Chheda. He acted the role of Rajan Damoda. He was Ishaan's friend. Then we have Sachet Engineer. He acted the role of Johan Awashti. That was Ishaan's elder brother. Then we have Girja Oak. She acted the role of Jabin. Then MK Raina, who was the principal of Ishaan's school. Then we have Kiran Rowe. We have Sonali Sajdev. She acted the role of a teacher there. Then we have Ravi Kanvika, who acted the part of Mr. Hoka. Then we have Bogs Bhargava, who acted the part of Saint Sir. Then we have Lalita Lajmi. We have Partima V. Kulkarmi. She was also the principal because Ishaan changed school. So he was first attending a day school, then he was changed to a boarding school. Okay, so she was one of the teachers, the principal of the school, the first school that Ishaan attended. Then Raj Gopal Iyer, that is George Star. Then we have Meghna Malik, that is Victoria. She was a teacher as well. Then we have Sanjay Dadik, which acted the part of Madhu. Then we have Deepa Bhatia. We have Shankar Shadif, who acted the role of Tiwari Sir. Then we have Advait Chandan. We have Megha Bengali, who acted the role of Mrs. Karnik. Then we have Abhishek Bachchan. We have Gurkirtan Chauchan. He acted the role of the housemaster. Then we have Sajid Pandey. Yes, those are actually the main cast of like stars on Earth. All right, so very quickly, I'll just dive right into some of the lessons that I was able to draw out from the movie, like Stars on Earth. And the first here is that every child is special. And I think this is actually even seen right from the title of the movie, like Stars on Earth, because stars are very, like I say, beautiful, special elements and natural bodies. So it's a natural body, like B-O-D-Y body. Okay, so it's very beautiful. So imagine saying like stars on Earth, like, so we are on this Earth, we are the ones that occupy this Earth, right? So that is saying that we are all special in different ways. We are all special and unique in different ways, and especially children, because the focus here was on a child character. So I think the focus was actually on children, telling you that every child is special, every child is unique in his or her own way. All right, then another theme or lesson here is that every child has their own potential. Okay, so what child A can do is different from what child B can do. Okay, child A might be very good in math, child B might be very good in cooking, child A might be very good in sciences, child B might be very good in acting. Okay, so every child has their own potential. Okay, so don't say because this child is good in this, then this child must also be good in that particular thing as well. Every child has their own potentials, their own talent, and all that. And I think it's something that every single person needs to be able to help a child to discover. So whether you're a teacher, or you're a parent, or you're a sibling, okay. All right. Then I have here as well that now in the aspect of teaching, this movie actually, like I say, shed more light on the different aspects of teaching. So teaching now goes beyond just writing on the board. Learning goes beyond just writing on the board. Learning goes beyond copying notes. Learning goes beyond the theoretical aspect. There's also the practical aspect. That's what the practical aspect to it, okay? And this movie actually shed more light on that, and which is, and I think it also brought out the parts of Montessori learning, Montessori teaching and training. So Montessori is actually another way of learning, but that is learning in the practical aspects, practical way of learning. Okay, so when beyond just writing, copying notes and all that, reading, cramming, all those stuff, you also have the practical aspects, which is also one major thing schools really need to, when I say, get to learn or get to start doing or something, okay, because another means of learning. So you're learning beyond the four walls of the classroom. Okay, so we could go to the garden, you're learning something there. You could have a room where you're learning how to make something out of clay, just do anything else apart from just reading, just copying notes, writing. Yes, that is definitely important, but all I'm saying is that there is more to that than just writing. There are also different aspects of learning. You could even organize an excursion, you could go camping. Drawing is also a means of learning. Cooking is a means of learning. Okay, so it's not just it goes beyond just copying notes, it goes beyond that. Okay, so I have another thing here, which is to actually discover the strength and weakness of every child. Now, this is both for teachers and parents, because as a teacher, you are actually dealing with different kinds of people from different backgrounds, from different families, who go through different things. Okay, apart from that, every child, like I said from the beginning, has his or her own potential. So you should discover the strength and the weakness of every child, and then you go forward by building on that child's strength, by helping a child discover what his or her talent is or are. Okay, so because there's something that every child or every person is actually good at. There's actually something. So sometimes I hear some children say like they don't have any talent. That's not true. It's just because they have not been able to discover what their talent is. So they feel like they don't have a talent or something. That's not true. So I think that is actually the part where a parent comes in, a teacher, where a parent or a teacher comes in. So you should help that child discover what their talent is, and then you help them build on it. Don't say, your own talent is drawing. No, her own talent is I'm trying to just bring out practical examples, okay, so we really get the picture and understand what I am really saying. Okay, I want to believe I do anyway. I mean, you do anyways. Okay, so the next thing I have here is to actually, like I've said, recognize the talents of every child and also build on it. Then, the need for teachers to be more passionate, more dedicated in whatever it is that in their line of duty. Okay, because like I said from the onset, like as a teacher, you're dealing with destinies and lives. You have lives in your hands. Okay, yes, there are other factors that actually influences the behavioral pattern of a child, but you have your own role to play. So the number of hours that child spends with you, what are you doing with it? What are you teaching that child? Now, I'm not just talking about teaching a child mathematics, English, science, and all that. No. Apart from that, what morals are you instilling into that child? What kind of values are you instilling into that child? Okay. So when you see a child is not being good at something, how well do you ensure that every child in your class or every child that comes in contact with you is actually being successful at whatever it is that child is doing? Okay, so you as a passionate teacher, you actually ensure the growth and the success of every child in your class, and it actually goes beyond the class, but to every child that comes in contact with you. Because apart from being in school, you definitely get to meet other children in your house, other places where you go to. So as a teacher, how well do you actually ensure that every child that comes in contact with you actually doesn't live the same? How well do you actually impact that child? Okay, now I know, yes, passion do not pay the bills. Of course, passion will not give you money to pay house rent or take care of your personal needs and all that. And it's okay to actually have other jobs you run, other jobs that you do. Yes, passion will not pay the bills, but passion really has a lot. Because even when the money might not be coming so well, what keeps you going is the passion. And truth is, teaching is one job that money cannot really, pay or something, because there is no amount of money that you get paid that would actually, amount to what you do as a teacher. And that is why while starting this, I said teachers are mostly not really appreciated as much as they ought to. Okay, so yes, as a teacher, just ensure that every child that comes across, that comes in contact with you is actually, doesn't just leave the same. Leave a mark. When I say mark, I don't mean leave a positive mark, make a positive impact in the life of every child that comes in contact with you. And not only teachers, but even as an individual, what impact are you what role are you playing in the life of every child or any child that comes in contact with you? Because we actually really saw this through the art teacher. Okay, he actually really did that. He would have just acted like every other teacher and just say like, this child is something else, and just put the child one side, ignore the child. But no, he ensured that he found a problem. He went as far as going down to the boy's family, like to pay them a visit. And I just wanted to know, he was still trying to find out what the problem was. So he went home to actually even know what his parents actually think about it or what they've even done so far. And getting there, he was really disappointed because the kind of comments Ishaan's father made, like it was actually so painful, like to hear a father say those kind of things about his own child. So it was actually very, very painful and, like I said, disappointing. Okay, and he was really, really disappointed. Okay, then I have here the role of school owners or school authorities and other teachers in ensuring the success of a child. Okay, that's how I was always saying that apart from the children in your class, other children come in contact with you. So if you're a teacher or you're a school owner or a school authority, how would you ensure that the pupils, the children, the students in your school are actually succeeding in their learning? Okay, what are the systems you've put in place? And if you see that it's probably not helping just a particular child, what have you done? Okay, because we saw that the principal was not even bothered, and he was always even like insulting this. Okay, not really insulting, but he was always being harsh towards Ishaan. Okay, so even if your teachers or your teacher is not being nice, how about you, who is the principal or the school owner? At least if you even help the child, give the child a little sense of hope or something. Okay, but no, every single person, including other teachers, were not even helping matters at all. Okay, so that's telling you that we all have a role to play in ensuring the success of every child, because it's a ripple effect, because they all still come back to the society, okay? And we say they are the leaders of today, that these are the leaders of that. So if a child doesn't have a good, or let's say, background, it will definitely show in the future. It will definitely tell in the future. So it really, really matters a whole lot. Okay, then the place of parents, the role of parents, like as much as teachers have a lot to do, parents also have a whole lot to do. And it's so sad because these days it's like parents are all about the money. Like they are just going all out to ensure that they provide everything for their child. And when they say provide everything, they're actually not even providing everything. They're only just providing one part of it. And that is the honest truth, because they are not there emotionally. Many parents don't even understand their child emotionally. Like they don't even know the emotional side to their child. They don't know the things that interest their child. They don't know the things that children likes or do not like and all that, which is very, very sad and wrong. So parents also really do have a whole lot to play, a very big role to play in the success of the child, because just as they say, charity begins at home, which is so true. The first sentences or words that a child is able to say is actually first picked from the home, and that is just the truth, because before the child starts going to school, apparently the child is always at home, right? So things the child hears other people saying, that is what the child starts to say as well. So parents really do have a whole lot to do, as well as other siblings. Now, I saw that Ishaan's elder brother, he didn't really do much, although he wasn't exactly so happy with the situation. But then I felt there was something that he should have been able to do, at least just help out when it comes to assignments. But it could be very frustrating though when you're trying to explain to someone and it's like the person is not getting anything at all. But then that is why they say patience is a virtue, right? Okay, so you just have to try to be patient, really, really patient, like extremely patient. So I just feel there's also a role for siblings to play as well. So when you see your older brother or younger brother or sister is not being good at something, you should also take it upon yourself to ensure that he or she begins to do better at it. Even if there might not be so much that you can do, but that little thing you do matters a whole lot. Okay, then I have here okay, I think it's still going back to teaching in a different aspects of teaching, okay, which is just beyond which is just beyond copying notes and writing notes, okay? So you could bring up other activities, because that was what the art teacher did. He brought up other activities like camping, drawing. So he went as far as organizing a drawing competition in the school for both the teachers and the students. And because he knew what is his name, Ishaan, actually loved to draw, so he went as far as organizing that, and he actually won, which then made him, that is Ishaan, to begin to this actually opened up other aspects to him, and it actually now made him come out more. So I feel even if he did not win that competition, but the fact that he found someone that really understood him, that could actually come into his shoes and really like come to that place and understand what he was going through, like that was, if I was literally just his hero. So there could be other activities. And I'm even saying this to parents as well. So this is not even for just teachers, to parents as well. Okay, if you're a parent, if you're a sibling, there are other things that you can do, other means of learning, okay, to actually ensure that that child is actually getting better by the day. Then I have here being innovative and creative, okay, both for parents, for teachers. Okay, so you can actually bring out other means of teaching a child how to learn 1 plus 1. It might not be just counting on the book. Okay, you can get stone. Bring stones together. Yeah, count this stone, count this stone. How many will it give you? Okay, so just bringing in that creative and innovative part of you, okay, apart from the normal, regular stuff that is being done, even for parents as well. When you buy cheese ball, when you buy something, anything, okay, calculate this money, how much will this money give you, calculate this, and bring 1 bottle of juice, bring that bottle of juice, how many bottles of juice do you have here? That is, so that we are actually teaching that child how to count and know maths, you see. Okay, then I have here to recognize the kind of intelligence every child has. So like I said, every child has their own potential. Every child is special and unique in their own way. So it's important for you to recognize the kind of intelligence this child has, the kind of intelligence this other child has, and then build on it. What are the things that interest this child? What are the things that makes this child get excited? What are the strengths and weaknesses of this child? Then build on the positive aspects. And I think we should also need to encourage children very well, like, because it's when we encourage them, it actually even brings out it makes them do more, it makes them want to do better, rather than always just lashing the child, being harsh on the child or something. Okay, because trust me, even we as adults, when someone says something discouraging to us, we know how we feel. How about a child? How much more a child? Okay, so that really does help a lot. Okay, and please, this issue of comparison, it should stop. It should stop. And I think this thing has really eaten so deep. You see one person is being good at something, next thing you're comparing. You don't compare, you try to say how you can even learn what you can learn, what you think you can actually work on and do better at. Okay, not now comparing. Okay, so please not compare a child to another child. Every child is unique in their own way. You'll find this person's uniqueness, build on it, and you'll definitely begin to see changes. All right, so I really do hope all of the things I have said here today made sense. If they did make sense, please do what to, now, just hit that, give it a thumbs up. All right, okay, thank you so much. So please, if you have watched this movie like stars on earth, you could share with us what you think about the movie, lessons you actually learned about the movie, and like I said again, share with us if you cried and what made you actually cry, really. Okay, and if you haven't, you definitely should go get the movie, watch it, and come right here to tell us what you actually think about the movie. All right, so till we meet again, I still remain Judith Basile, and I love you, but God loves you best. Damn.